Have you ever asked yourself, why am I, someone who believes in a higher purpose and strives to do what's right, still struggling financially? You work hard, you try to make wise decisions, yet the bills keep piling up, opportunities seem out of reach, and progress feels slow. If this resonates with you, you're not alone. Many people of faith, even those who feel called or chosen for a greater mission, face these same challenges. But what if these struggles aren't signs of failure or abandonment? What if they are actually part of a deeper process, shaping you for a purpose you can't yet see? Let me expand on some key concepts. First, the misconception of guaranteed prosperity. Let's start by addressing a common belief that being chosen or walking a spiritual path should guarantee abundance and success. Isn't it natural to expect that if you're doing everything right, blessings should follow? Yet, history and scripture tell a different story. The Apostle Paul, one of the most influential figures in Christian history, endured constant hardship, shipwrecks, imprisonment, beatings, and yes, financial lack. Despite his dedication, his life was anything but easy. Paul's perspective was unique. He saw his struggles not as punishment, but as opportunities for God's power to be revealed through him. Second, struggle is not a sign of disfavor. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that financial hardship means you've fallen out of favor or that you're being punished. But the reality is, many of God's most faithful servants faced significant financial challenges. Struggling financially does not mean you're out of alignment with your purpose. In fact, it may mean something deeper is happening within you, a process that requires faith, perseverance, and trust. Third, the refiner's fire, why we're tested. Consider the story of Job, a man described as blameless and upright. In a short period, he lost his wealth, his health, and even his family. Yet, through his suffering, Job's faith was tested and refined. He learned to trust in God's sovereignty even when he didn't understand the reasons behind his pain. In the end, Job's faith was strengthened and he was restored. Like gold refined by fire, our faith is purified through trials, burning away impurities like self reliance and pride. Fourth, faith over fear, trusting in provision. Financial struggles force us to confront our fears about the future. They challenge our sense of security and push us to rely not on our own strength, but on a higher power. Proverbs teaches us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. True trust means surrendering control even when the outcome is uncertain. Are you truly trusting with your finances, or are you holding back in fear? Fifth, the lesson of stewardship. Everything we have is ultimately a gift. Recognizing this shifts our mindset from ownership to stewardship. Being a good steward means managing resources wisely, budgeting, saving, and giving, regardless of how much or how little you have. Jesus taught that faithfulness in small things is a reflection of our trust in the provider. Stewardship is not just about money, it's about aligning your heart with a greater purpose. Sixth, contentment and generosity. Our culture often encourages us to chase after more money, more possessions, more status. But true contentment, as Paul wrote, is learning to be at peace in any circumstance. Generosity, even in times of lack, is a powerful act of faith. It's a declaration that you trust in a source greater than yourself. When you give, you open the door for blessings to flow both to you and through you. Seventh, relying on God, not just resources. When jobs are lost, savings run low, and opportunities seem scarce, we're reminded of our dependence on something beyond ourselves. These moments are invitations to deepen our trust, to let go of the illusion of control, and to experience provision in unexpected ways. Remember the story of Elijah and the widow. Her act of faith led to daily provision, even in the midst of a drought. 8, the purpose in the process. Every struggle carries a lesson. Sometimes it's about humility, recognizing our limitations and our need for grace. Sometimes it's about perseverance, learning to keep going when the road is hard. And always it's about transformation, as we are shaped for a purpose greater than we can imagine. Now, let's talk about practical steps you can take today. Reflect honestly. Are you trusting fully or holding back in fear? Practice stewardship. Budget, save, and give, no matter how small the amount. Seek wisdom, pray for guidance, and be open to new opportunities. Stay generous, give with a cheerful heart, even in scarcity. Lean on community, share your burdens, and support others. Embracing the journey. Financial struggles are some of the hardest challenges we face. They can bring us to our knees and stir up fear and anxiety. But remember, God uses struggles, including financial hardships, to test and refine our faith. Just as gold is refined by fire, our faith is purified through trials. These experiences are not accidental or signs of neglect. They are part of a divine process to strengthen and prepare us for greater things. Humility and surrender. There is something humbling about being in a position where you cannot meet your needs on your own. It forces you to face the reality that you are not self sufficient. Humility is essential in our relationship with the divine because it positions us to receive grace and mercy. When we acknowledge our limitations, we open ourselves to receive what only God can provide. Stories of faith and provision. The Bible is filled with stories of individuals who relied on God for provision, even when circumstances seemed impossible. Elijah and the widow, Paul in prison, Job in his suffering, each story is a testament to the power of faith in the face of adversity. In our own lives, we may not always see immediate solutions, but we can trust that provision will come in its perfect timing. Shifting perspective. Rather than seeing financial struggles as a sign of failure or lack, view them as opportunities to trust more deeply. Ask yourself, how can I grow in faith and dependence through this challenge? What might I be learning about my priorities, stewardship, and ultimate trust? As we close out this lecture today, remember this. If you're facing financial hardship today, don't see it as a sign of failure or abandonment. Recognize it as part of a refining process, a journey designed to build your faith, grow your character, and prepare you for something greater. Keep trusting, keep persevering, and know that you are not alone. The road ahead, though challenging, is brighter than you can imagine. With faith, you can overcome any struggle and step into the fullness of your purpose.